Hi, I'm Ostrowski. I'm going to take you through a very short PowerPoint presentation which will unpack, in definitional terms, knowledge and information. This first slide we're looking at, data to wisdom, has four components that make up knowledge and information. First of these is data. So data is something that sits there in its raw form and is meaningless until someone actually rearranges this data to derive some meaning from it. Now if they do this, this becomes information. So information is data interpreted in some way in order to apply meaning to it. Now information then is taken on board by, say, a knowledge seeker. So the knowledge seeker accesses this information and processes the information internally. So knowledge is applied through an internalising information process. We can call it common sense, or we can say common sense is really something that is akin to comparing information with knowledge that the knowledge seeker already has, or comparing it to a previous experience to put the information into some sort of context which would make sense to the knowledge seeker. And then we have the knowledge seeker accumulating knowledge which becomes wisdom. Now wisdom is eternal truth drawn from knowledge that has been used repeatedly in unknown situations. Such situations could be problem solving and such. So let's move on to the next slide. In this slide we have a question. Are information or knowledge the same? Well, they're not exactly the same. However, they do depend on one another as discussed in the previous slide. Without information, one cannot build on one's knowledge reserve. So information helps one acquire knowledge. Information can be broken down to at least two levels. There can be simple procedural information. Can you imagine what that is? Let's say, for example, you see an exit sign on a door. Well, this information tells you that beyond this door is an exit from the building. There are other signs that serve similar purposes, including simple posters. Information can be far more complex and structured. Such information could be a business plan, a corporate plan, a policy statement or a policy framework, or even a procedural manual. And socially retained information can be akin to what is known in the corporate culture, such as Friday is casual dress day. Knowledge also can be known in at two different levels. First of all, today it's Tuesday, the 25th of November. That is a fact. Of course, knowledge can serve to allow people to know how to do something, the ability to do something. So ultimately, people turn information into knowledge. Information and knowledge in context. In the green font, what you'll see is information of organised facts and data to enable the knowledge seeker to decode a particular situation or condition. So if you're going into a shopping mall and you're not too sure where a certain store is, there might be a screen or a board that will help you locate the store for the information provided there. The forms of information can range from a message, let's say a simple email to all staff, or to a series of reports from a database, such as the people working in the finance branch would access in terms of putting together a report on the monthly expenditure. Human resource management practitioners may also want to run workforce analytic reports such as staff turnover or unscheduled absenteeism. When we come to knowledge, well, we have facts and we have truths, all these seen through the prism of an individual's perspectives, their concepts, their way they judge, their expectations, the methodologies they're used to, and what they already know, the know-how. Knowledge is accumulated and integrated and held over time to handle specific situations and challenges. So we use knowledge to determine what a specific situation means and how it is applied to interpret information about a situation and decide how to manage that situation. Okay, I'll move to the next slide. And here we talk about the information literate person. So an information literate person is able to scope the type of quantity of information required, is able to collect information in both an efficient and effective manner, can critically assess the worth and usefulness of that information, incorporate the information into knowledge and the value systems already acquired, use the information for the purpose it is required. And if we look to the left, there is a picture there, and those thought balloons in rectangle shape will certainly give you an idea. For example, the one to the extreme left asks the question, the best financing deal. And then of course the information or the literate person will then suggest to himself or herself in this situation, let's search for some alternatives on the web. There is also a legal context to seeking information and using it. Now, in this education business, certainly we would be very sensitive to copyright issues. So I would have to be getting permission to use the material. Certainly I could cite the material by using in-text citation and referencing protocols, but to use the material entirely would mean I would need to get that permission. So I'm covered by intellectual property laws. The same applies to privacy provisions, such as in personnel. We can't give out personal address details and such like because of the Privacy Act. With that, I've concluded the presentation. Play it again if you need to. See you later.